And we are live. Thank you so much for being here today. We are talking all things Westchester County, New York. So thank you so much, John, for being here. And we're going to dive right into this topic.
Thank you
So
for having me, Krista.
tell us first and foremost, where is Westchester? Most of us only know New York as New York City. And tell us a little bit more about that area.
Well, it's really interesting. Westchester County is pretty much the border of New York City. So depending on where you live, it could take you anywhere from 15 minutes to about an hour at furthest to get to New York City. So we're like the very tip of New York, kind of like how Florida is the very tip, southernmost tip part of United States. So we kind of have that same look.
Okay. And New York is a pretty small state. So, from let's say the main city, New York City, to that area, about how far is it?
From New York City to Westchester County,
Hmm.
15 miles at best, on the maybe even less on the border areas, 5 or 10.
Okay. Okay. So close.
Border,
when
pretty much.
we talk California, we're like, oh, okay, that's a plane ride, right? Like you don't usually hop from northern end to southern end of our state. So I like to compare the two. So as far as differences, and we're going to talk a little bit about your area and how it compares to some of the bigger cities, just because some people watching this may not be too familiar with Westchester County. So, first, let's talk about what cities are part of that county and where people are relocating to.
Well, in terms of cities, Yonkers is a city, and that's the one that borders the Bronx, New York City, and Manhattan. It's the third largest city in the whole state. And then we also have a lot of well-known cities like Rye. You have Chappaqua, where Hillary and Bill Clinton live. We have river towns that go over the Hudson River. So it's a really diverse county socioeconomically and culturally in many different ways.
That's great. And do you have a lot of people relocating there from out of state?
Uh, what's really interesting is you have a lot of people relocating here out of state because of New York City. See, then the draw would be we're moving. Maybe if you're becoming a doctor and you're going to medical school, some people would opt to live in Westchester. If you're going to Broadway and to work on Broadway, it's actually, although it's not a cheap county, it's a very expensive county. An apartment is still much cheaper than it would be right in Midtown Manhattan. So for quick train right away, people are coming from all over the country and the world. I mean, we have people in the UN live here that have been some of my clients. But the draw of Westchester is its locality and closeness, proximity to New York City.
Okay. Okay, that's great. And then as far as public transportation, you mentioned train. So is it pretty easy to get in and out of the city from that area?
Yeah, the Metro North is pretty breaks up into about four different areas from far left and two areas in the central and far east. So that when you leave Manhattan, you can kind of go into the county in different ways.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
the Metro North is probably the most popular form of transportation to the city,
Got
other
it.
other
Okay,
than driving.
got it. And is driving feasible or do most people use public
Oh,
transit?
yeah, I had both of my kids in New York City, and I had to had to drive to the hospital. If there's no traffic, I could get to Central Park in 25 minutes. By
Oh, that's not bad at all.
No, by car, no.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
is traffic pretty much all the time? What are we
yeah.
looking at
So it could
there?
take you 2.5 to 3 hours to get your Central Park. Yes, traffic is
Okay.
horrible. Yeah,
Holy cow. Okay. I
yeah.
just recently had someone on from Los Angeles area and we were talking about traffic. California is known for the traffic. Inner city New York is also known for traffic, but it sounds like it's pretty much anywhere.
Yeah. Yep.
And
We have the main interstate that takes us to Manhattan with 95.
got it.